Hi, welcome back to my channel. About a year, I think, and a month ago, I dropped a video, and it is all about my going saltless. I had spent 1 month without testing salt, and I had reasons for that, being I had my diseases, I had suffered sudden diseases. I had gotten gallstones. From there on, I suffered from sciatica. I got a disc prolapse or spinal prolapse. I got a vaginal prolapse. I got a rectal prolapse. I suffered from very severe constipation. I had an ulcers attack as well, a really, really bad one. I mean, it's been a series of diseases, so many diseases. And yes, I want to share this with you, and we see how we can share our problems together. They say a problem shared is a problem half solved. Well, if it's solved, well and good. So my episode with gallstones was not a beautiful one. It all happened in 2018. I was this lady who thought she was, young, good, healthy, and everything, not until the bombshell landed. It was a bad day. On this particular day, I had gone to the village to visit my grandma. I had been there for about a week. It was all good. Everything was okay. And on this particular day, I had eaten a traditional food, which is really, really delicious. I love it. It's one of my favorite staples, I would call. That is the green, they call it black eyed peas plant. Yeah, the young plants, the black eyed peas, is made into a dish with peanut butter or granite paste. It's a nice one. We really do it a lot in the north. I ate that day, and I ate a type of coconut. It's orange in color, extremely. It's really big, and it grows down my place. That is in northern Uganda, in Kitgum, majorly. That is where I ate it from. I had not done it in a time, and I hadn't been to the village in a very long time. So this particular day, I did that, and I was so satisfied. At about 9 o'clock, I went to bed. Come 11 to 12, some severe pain that I had never experienced before, woke me up. I had a very bad stomach ache. I tossed and turned. I couldn't help it. It was really excruciating. The pain was excruciating. The pain was I had something here, stiff, a little just below my rib cage on the right. It was swollen. It was so thick. I wanted to go to the bathroom. I got up. I threw up. I started vomiting. I went to the bathroom. Well, I wouldn't even call it a bathroom. I went to the latrine outside. Whatever came out had to come out. I thought that I would get a relief, but no. The pain was just too much. I had pain. I vomited. You're vomiting, and the back is also outletting. Well, I didn't know what to do. At some point, I just didn't think I'd eaten anything bad, because yes, what I had eaten were all fresh, as in the sauce was made there and then, was just prepared, and I ate the food. And then the coconut, no one had ever had a problem with that. But I realized in the puke that I threw up, nothing was digested. Just as I had eaten them, so did they come out. They looked exactly the same. Nothing. It hit me, that look. Nothing was digested. What could that be? So I had a bad night. My night was literally outside. I came to bed around 5 o'clock, I think. because the tediousness, the body had dropped. I got a bit of sleep, slight sleep. By 7 hours up, the pain was excruciating. The swelling was there. I was bent. I could not get up and walk straight. Oh goodness, it was bad for me. I hadn't fallen sick like that I don't know, I had never in my life, I had never ever fallen that bad. So, and that was 2018. So we went to the nearest health clinic, that is, there's a medical center around. When I got in there, the doctor was like, all right, okay, before I need to do an ultrasound. But before I do it, let me put you on a painkiller. You relieve this pain because I won't be able to see what the problem is given the excruciating pain you're in. So they gave me an IV of tramadol and the pain subsided a little bit. Yeah, it was okay. I wasn't really like feeling the pain that much. Then the doctor did his ultrasound. I kept showing him where my pain was. Like I was touching. Even despite him really being there, I still felt I should show him. Like if I had shown him what it was, I was going to hell. Or maybe if he could get on it. It was bad. So what did he do? The doctor looked at me and he asks and says, do you eat meat? I told him, yeah, I do, but not that much. I'm not really a meaty person. Then he told me, said, do you know your gallbladder? I said, yes, doctor, I do. And then he asked me if I knew what gallstones were. I kept quiet and looked at him with surprise why he was asking me so. At the back of my mind, it hit me like I have ever had that. I had studied that in class. I know there is an internal disease called gallstones. Then he told me and said, you have gallstones. The bad news is your stage is last stage. The whole of your gallbladder is dry, as in it has become stiff, dry. Actually, the word was dry. Oh my God, this hits me like a missile. It really dawned on me and I felt heat. I sweated there and then. Like my weight, half of my weight left me instantly. I became extremely weak. I wanted to cry. It was so bad. For me, an internal disease is as good as death. That is what I know. I'm like, okay, what am I going to do? So, removing it, I didn't bother ask this doctor anything more. I just kept quiet. All he did, he said, I'm going to give you a reference letter. I'll refer you to the referral hospital, and you get this gallbladder removed because it's as good as done. Sincerely, people, this was too much for me. I didn't see the money coming. I did not see my children around with their mom bedridden. I could not see myself moving without an organ, something that God didn't create me with. It was bad. I wondered, I know everything in there is for a purpose, and why would I live without? I told myself, even removing it will already mean half life gone. As in, yes, my life wouldn't really, it's not complete anymore. That would already be, it would mean an incomplete life. People, it was bad. It's an experience I don't want to get to again. It's about 5 years down the road, but I still remember this doctor's words so clear in my mind. I had no one to console me. I remember I called my uncle who was nearby, my mom's brother, and he came to the health center and I told him. He was quiet as well. He was also struck. But he didn't want to show me that my problem was that bad. So I told him, look, either way, an alternative has to be got. But the strong person I am, I know whatever disease that we are suffering now, our parents, or my great-great-grands got it, some way or the other. Because when I asked this doctor, I'm like, doctor, what causes this? And he told me, I think lack of oil. I think he told me something like that. If I don't eat a lot of meat or something, I'm like, no, it can't be. So I told myself, no. The olden people didn't eat meat as much, and they must have suffered this disease. So there should be a natural cure to this. My challenge here was now to look for how to heal myself. This natural cure that I do that I'm thinking about. So he wrote his prescriptions, and those were some antibiotics. I think something like, I think he prescribed tramadol as well, I think. Cefixime, something like that, if I can pronounce it well still. I went and looked for those antibiotics and took them. But the next 3 days was not good for me. The recovery wasn't good. But that day I had courage. I am so, I don't know, I would call myself obsessed with internet doctors, with health ratings online. Thanks to everybody who does this, because immediately that's what I jumped into. I got online, I Googled, and I found natural ways of cleaning the gallbladder. And this person talked of, I think, 4 spoons of oil, and that was olive oil, and 2 spoons of lemon oil, 2 tablespoons of lemon oil. Everything was in tablespoons anyway. So I did precisely that. Well, the good bit is we're in the village. And in my village, well, I wouldn't say that the oil is there, because up north we do not have olive oil. So I continued reading. I really read extensively. I needed to be my own doctor. I needed to know myself. I needed to know the cause of this disease, and I want to heal. I have 3 little children. And then, well, the little one is about, I think, 4 years then, or even less. And my 2 sons were less than 20 years. They were 16 and, maybe 14 and 16, somewhere there. It was not good. I needed to be alive. I told myself, look, I lost my parents way too young. They were in their 30s. I didn't think of dying that early yet. I need to live long. I need to do anything. So, well, I Googled that, and the person wrote, you take, it's a treatment for about 1.5 hours, as in every 15 minutes. You put in, I think, 4 spoons of cooking oil and 2 spoons of lemon juice, like that, every 15 minutes. And that day I hadn't eaten anything, and still, yes, it prescribes do not eat anything that day if you're going to have the treatment. So I didn't. In the evening, I embarked on my treatment. But that did not stop me from talking to my grandmom and the people around. My grandmom had absolutely no idea how to treat this disease. But I'm this person, I'm this happy talk to hippie everybody, I greet everyone. I mean, I have this gift talking to people, so I had made friends in the village. So, excuse me, I asked 1 or 2 other friends, and everyone was like, you need to take something bitter. You need to take something bitter. For as long as it's the gallbladder, you need to take something bitter. Wow, that hits me. The funniest thing is, right where I was seated at home, we have a neem tree, a big, big neem tree seated there. But I didn't know that was neem tree, and I didn't know it was bitter. Now, in the process of healing myself with all this series of diseases, now I get to find out that, listen, actually treatment was next to my nose, and I didn't see it. So that evening, I did the treatment. I took the cooking oil, the sunflower oil. I took sunflower oil because during the reading, when I continued reading, somebody down somewhere had written that you can substitute the olive oil for You can substitute the olive oil for sunflower oil, and that was it for me. Because in my village, sunflower oil is everywhere. Local farmers farm, sunflower, not so much, but commercially, and then they press the oil locally, which is really organic. Yes, they needed virgin, as they call it, virgin sunflower oil. So I got the sunflower oil, and it's very little, less than $1. It was about 3,000 Uganda shillings, and then that was half a mineral water bottle. I don't know what I could say. Not even half, just full. It's about 350 mils. And then the lemon lemon is everywhere, and it's organic lemon. That was the advantage I had. I embarked, I didn't look behind. I was like, it's either life or nothing else. So I did my stuff. The next morning, I went to the toilet. Oh, Jesus, what came out of me? I diureted everything. I looked and I'm like, is this me? It was too much. It was really too much. I couldn't believe all that came out of me. But yes, there were gallstones. I could see stones in, like particles in, and whatever came out of me had a bad color. It was green. It had this deep green color and a little bit of yellow. So and particles and like light porridge too, very light porridge. It was so much. I got a bit of relief. I went inside. I came out again. This next day, I did the same thing. I took the treatment again. And this time, in the next morning, well, whatever came out of me was not as much and as bad as the previous day. For me, that was a sign of relief, and I knew I was getting healed. So that was not any good experience. I'm sharing this because I believe that there is a natural treatment out there, and I needed it because I couldn't afford all this hospital thing, the cost, someone to maintain in hospital, and who knows, maybe I wouldn't have survived it as well. And I really wanted to survive. I really wanted to stay alive. And I tell you guys, to this day, my gallbladder is right here. It's right in me. It hasn't gone anywhere. I struggle for it naturally. Well, I'm sharing this with you because I know someone out there may really want a natural solution to try as well. It's okay if you can try. I'm not saying that don't take modern medicine. It's okay. You can go and remove that stuff. It's all good. But for me, I had no option. I had to go the cheap way. And the cheap way is what I did because that is what I could afford. I couldn't afford any other thing, but I needed to live. I have this saying that there are more ways to kill a rat, and I had to seek for the other way. Yeah, I'm sharing this with you for entertainment purpose, just to talk about it, not for anything. Okay, I'm not asking you to do what I did if you have that problem, but I want you to know what I went through, and I want to share with people. I don't know how many people have this disease, but I want to believe that very many people have this disease and they do not know that they have it. And again, this is also a call for checkup. Because I remember I used to do up-country trips. When you're coming, by the time I get to Kampala, like you get bloating in your stomach. You've eaten probably, some meat on the way, or maybe corn on the way, that is maize, whatever it is you could have eaten on the way. You drink milk on the way in the buses when you're coming. And sometimes you get so bloated. I'm trying to say, don't get a shock that I got, because I never ever thought of anything like checkup. That probably I need to go check up my organs. Are they okay? Are they not okay? Because at the end of the day, when I did a lot of this reading, I realized that somebody wrote somewhere, I came across it, that if you get a problem with your gallbladder, it means the liver has a problem. I'm like, what? That was even too much. The liver has a problem. So from that time on, I started taking bitter things immediately. When I finished the prescription, the antibiotics they gave me, I didn't even wait to finish it. When I got back to Kampala, I looked for bitter leaf. I started eating bitter leaf. I didn't make juice out of it. I didn't squeeze it or boiled it. I just literally started chewing bitter leaf as alive as it is. And to date, I chew bitter leaf. If I can put it, I get a cup of tea, yes, I can put it there. I made bitter taste and sour taste part of me. At that point in time, I didn't stop sugar, but right now I'm not doing sugar. And I will let you know how I didn't do sugar as well. So from that time on, I have started reading. I started reading about my body, my health, diseases that I come across. Well, right after that, I got sciatica, I got a disc prolapse, I got a vaginal prolapse, I got a rectal prolapse. Jesus Christ, people. I don't know where I have been, but I am here still with you today and sitting right as you can see. I am healthy. I can't complain much. Yes, maybe there's one or two other things there. I can complain much, but I think whatever I'm having right now is old age disease. Well, I have turned 49 and these are the challenges I have met. So really guys, I just think old age sucks. I hate if there was something one can do to reverse age, I think I would be the first person to do it. Or if there's something I could do to stop my age at 40, I think I would just do that and stay, at 40 and I wouldn't cross over. Because I think crossing over is just series of diseases, series of managing your body, series of trying to retain whatever you can retain or healing. I think it's just about healing the body. It's not about enjoyment anymore. So I have gone organic. I do vegetables. I've done series of things. I will share this with you with due time. So if you think this will help you, please share with a friend. If you have a friend who has a problem like this, they can listen as well in and see how they can get help. Share with a problem and consider to subscribe. I have all those other diseases that I'm going to show you how I manage them, how they managed to leave me, and maybe if I have a present one at the moment and what I'm doing about it. Well, I did also change my diet drastically. I will tell you all this. So the diet, what I eat, how I eat and everything, I will share it with you. Please consider to subscribe. Put the comments down there. Press a like for me. I will be very grateful. Thank you very much. Have a good day.